everyone, Arlynn here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is Kim and my last fall challenge. Can you guys believe it? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. First, before I go any further, I want to thank Kim so very much for working these challenges with me. We put our heads together way back in the summertime and came up with these 3 challenges, and we've had a blast doing them. We have so appreciated everybody who's participated with us, subbies and creators alike. All of you girls and guys have been awesome, and the creations that have come out of these challenges, you guys, they are amazing, absolutely amazing. So Kim and I so appreciate all of the participation for sure. And this is our last one. I'm almost sad. And this, I have to admit, is my favorite one. This is my baby. We'll have to say. I love the Lantern Centerpiece, you guys, with the funky bow topper. If I had to give myself a signature piece here on YouTube, I would absolutely say it is the Lantern Centerpiece. I have been doing these for years and years and years, and you all are always giving me a hard time for not giving myself any credit for anything or for much. So I am going to give myself credit for these though, because I definitely, well, I don't know whether I came up with the concept, but I came up with a concept in our own home a long time ago, stemming from the fact that I wanted to be able to move my centerpiece. I wanted to provide parameters for my centerpiece so it can be picked up and moved off of the table so we could eat at the table, you know. So that's what inspired me to come up with this, you know. So before we get started though, I want to remind you guys of the rules. And the rules for this challenge were, you needed to use a tray and a lantern and a bow. You needed to do something with the bow, not just throw a bow on the top or in it somehow. You needed to augment the bow, do something with it, make it a little prettier than just it being a bow. I'm going to be presenting this challenge in a little bit differently than I did the other 2, in that I'm going to be doing 2 lantern centerpieces for you today, just to show you and to talk to you a little bit about staple pieces. What I have called in my blog, I started calling them my staple pieces. Pieces of decor or supplies or accent pieces that I reuse over and over and over again in my decor. These lanterns, trays, and candles are a great example of me utilizing staple pieces. I'm going to be making 1 lantern for my kitchen table and 1 lantern for my dining room table. As on this side of my house, on the kitchen side of my house, my fall decor is very traditional. All of the reds and oranges and golds and the rich colors of fall. That's what 1 lantern centerpiece will be made out of. In my living room and dining room, I've lightened the palette up a little bit, giving my nod to the farmhouse, giving my nod to the shabby chic. I so enjoy working with the golds and silvers and creams and a touch of the green and blue colors in there, soft and pretty and elegant, if you will, in there. And that's what the other centerpiece is going to be. I wanted to give you guys an idea of how you can use the exact same staple pieces, the trays, the lanterns, and the candles in this situation, but make them look totally different, completely different. People might not even realize that you're using the same tray, lantern, and candles, you know, because they're going to look so different. I have already created these 2 centerpieces last year. I did them last year. So I am not going to be making a funky bow in this video. Instead, I'm going to be utilizing, for instance, here's my funky bow swag that I made last year for this one. I'm going to be reusing the funky bow swag, and I'm going to be reusing. I do want to put one together for you so that you can see my thinking and how I put mine together. And the other one I'll put into fast motion. So let's get started. Oh, let me just tell you, this tray, I got the trays at Hobby Lobby several years ago. Each tray is 20 inches long by about 13.5 inches wide. They were about $20 each, even half price. They're heavy, they're wrought iron, and they're mirrored. I got the lanterns, one of the lanterns at a local country store here in town called Dottie's Den, and I got the other one over in Harrisonburg, Virginia at a store called Country Treasures. They are exactly the same lantern. I cannot find them online though, you guys. If I could, I would absolutely give you a link. Y'all know I don't hold back links and I don't shy away from sharing everything with you. If I could find these, you guys, I would absolutely give you a link, but I can't, unfortunately. But each lantern is 20 inches tall by 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches. And each one was, I want to say either $40 or $50. They were not cheap. I'm going to get back to that. Then for the candles, I use Luminara candles. These are very nice candles. They take D batteries. These stand 9 inches high by about 3.5 to 4 inches wide. And each one of these candles probably cost me $38, $39. So when all is said and done, for each lantern centerpiece, for my staple pieces, I have probably over $100, a little bit over $100 worth of my staple pieces. But I have used them for at least 3 years already. And so, like I'm saying, so I don't mind that I spent that money for the 3 staple pieces, because it's getting utilized over, the 3 staple pieces are being utilized over and over and over again for years on end. So I certainly think I've already gotten my money out of them, and I don't think I'm going to stop making lantern centerpieces anytime soon. Okay, so let's get started. What I'm going to do in this video, and I'm not going to make, Sammy needed to go out, sorry. It's really professional here, isn't it, in our house? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make up one centerpiece for you guys, just to go through each step and to show you how I put one together. And then the other one I'm going to speed through really quick. And then I'll show you the end products with both. But, you know, I hope that you guys will step out of your boxes and try something new. And also, don't shy away from a big, bold lantern centerpiece like this. Any table would look pretty with a big, bold, you know, centerpiece. It also doesn't have to be this big. If you have a smaller table, you know, use a smaller lantern, use a smaller tray, and make it fit your table. I have a big table over here. This thing it's ridiculous. And both of my tables. So I need something big and bold and something I want to make a statement. All right, I'm going to put yammering. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to turn over here. I've got my cell phone on here. And I'm going to turn to this camera over here. And we're going to start making one of these lantern centerpieces. So I will be right back in just a second. Okie dokie, everybody. Here I am over here. And I figured this would be a better vantage point so that you guys could see me do this a little bit better. So here we go. As I mentioned, I'm just going to leave this stuff in the background. Please excuse it. I can't do much about it. All right, you guys. Here we go with this tray. There's a closer look at this big mirrored tray. It is heavy, you guys. It is heavy, but it's nice and sturdy, and it holds this big lantern perfectly fine. First thing I want to do is I usually take an old placemat and I put it down into the tray. And I do that for 2 reasons. One is that it helps to hold the lantern still. Also, you're going to see in just a minute that I anchor my corners. I'm going to be using these, and I like them. These don't slide around when I have something in there. And it also saves the mirror. I don't know if I might want to hang this up one day or something else. I want to be able to, you know, take care of the mirror too. All right, first thing I'm going to do is put a little something inside of this lantern. I don't do anything over the top with these because I have so much going on around the lantern that I don't need to have a whole lot going on inside. So really I just use a pipberry ring, and this is the pipberry that's going to go around it. As you can see, they match. So really and truly all I do for this I may want to revisit it if I have, you know, accent pieces left. Right down into the pipberry garland, and I snug everything right in. And sometimes you don't need to have a ton of stuff, you know, inside the lantern. I do want it pretty so that you can look, you know, that it's going to be pretty no matter which way you look at it. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that. If you hear a saw, that's my wonderful hubby down in his shop. He's putting some shelves, building some shelves for our master bedroom closets. So that's what he's doing down there if you hear a saw running in the background. Okay, there we go. Now I simply just set the lantern on the tray, and I do try to make sure that it is centered on the tray. Okay, that's about got it, I think. All right, next I'm going to take my pipberry garland. I got the pipberry garland, as this is one of my really good ones, from thepipberrybarn.com. I highly, highly, highly recommend the pipberrybarn.com, you guys. They make the prettiest garlands I've ever seen, honest to goodness. So the first thing I do is just simply wrap this pipberry garland around the outside of the lantern. Snug it down in there and take a minute to fluff it a little bit, you know. And we're about halfway done. These are so easy to do, you guys, honest to goodness. I did pull over some of these flowers that I got from the Dollar Tree. I didn't know whether I might want to add some more. I didn't have these added last year, but I did pull over some, so I thought that I would maybe add some of these. I had sunflowers in here, just sunflowers, I believe, last year. I can't actually remember, and I couldn't find the bag. So I don't know whether I did away with them because they were just decrepit. I don't know. But anyway, I bought some new stuff from the Dollar Tree this year. Okay, so now I'm going to do what I call anchoring my corners. I don't know why I call it that. I don't know why I started doing it, to be honest, other than it again helps to give parameters to my arrangement. Again, I am not a professional decorator. I have been crafting for many years and I know what I like, and so maybe that's why, I don't know. But anyway, I have 4 of these. When I went to buy these, I bought these at Hobby Lobby years ago. When I bought them, they did not have 4 golds or 4 oranges. So I just put these pumpkins in opposing corners, if you will. And it's fine. It looks absolutely fine, you guys. I'm going to put one of the sunflowers in the front, right like that. Having the sunflower somewhat centered there on the lantern. And then I'm going to do the other one in the back. I'm going to work around the lantern, and I'm going to be pointing it in the same direction all the way around. And then I have 2 of these, so I'm going to put one of these in each side. Use the back of my head. Then I have 2 of each of these. So I think I want to put one there, and one there. And do the same thing to the other side. There we go, and I'm going to put one here and one here. Kind of like I did these, kind of pointing in toward one another. I'm going to go on the other side so I can see what I'm doing. Alrighty, so there we go. That about does the bottom part of this lantern. The tray part, if you will. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same Funky Bow swag that I had last year, which is right here. And if you want to know how to make a funky bow, if this may be the first video that you've ever seen me do, I'll put a link in the description. I have many funky bows, quote unquote extravaganzas. I've got bow making videos galore on my page, and I'll put you some links in the description of this video. As you see, last year when I took this off, I saved the ribbon. I had tied the ribbon into the pipe cleaner that I closed the bow with, and I had tied this is just a pipberry, part of a pipberry garland, and I had tied it into the back of the bow. And then this is a piece of the same ribbon that I used in the bow, and that's what I'm going to use to tie this on to this lantern again. You turn it here. And I'm going to lift my camera just a smidge. Okay, and I just tie a bow, tie it on, making a, I need to pull it a little closer to myself. Making a square bow. Well, my mom taught me how to do this when I was a little girl. It's just you take the left strip and put it over the right strip and loop it under, as you just saw me do. Pull it really tight to pull that bow closer to the lantern, and then make a loop, and then twist it as you put that loop underneath there to bring the right side or the same side of the ribbon through the other loop, and pull it tight. And there you go. And look how pretty. Let me take a minute. I did kind of fluff it before I put it on there, but let me take a minute and fluff. The most important part of any bow, whether you're pulling it out of a bag from last year or whether you've just made it, is to fluff, fluff, fluff. And make sure that will just about do it for this one. A very traditionally colored lantern centerpiece. Now, I'm going to make up the other one. I'm going to put you into fast motion with that one. So I'll be right back, and we'll start making that other lantern. Here I am back with my two finished lantern centerpieces. Woohoo! I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I hope that I have given you guys a couple of ideas of how you can use the same staple pieces to create two totally different centerpieces for two totally different feeling rooms, decor-wise. I love the lantern centerpiece, you guys. It really helps to bump up my decor a little bit, and I really enjoy creating them. I really enjoy the challenge of creating them and helping the bottom of the lantern centerpiece, pulling that decor up into the bows. And oh my goodness, I can't wait to see what everybody else has come up with. And stay tuned for our Kim and Mai's home tour. Going to be going up October the 3rd, our fall home tours. We did not participate in the big collabs this year because we had so many challenges and we wanted to be cohesive in our weeks. So our home tour will be going up next Wednesday, October the 3rd. And thank you so much to all of you creators who have joined us in this challenge, and thank you to all of you subbies who sent me a picture Oh my goodness, subbies, you guys went above and beyond for this challenge. Thank you so very much for every single picture. And your video, as has been the last couple of weeks, will be the second in the queue in my playlist. I'll be opening the playlist up, creators, and you guys should be able to add your own. If you can't, or can't, it won't let you, feel free to either comment below or to email me at Arlynn's, ARLYNNS, ccc@gmail.com, and I'll add it for you. Poke me and let me know if you can't get yours in. With all of that said, I'll just say, I hope that those of you who are struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, that you have someone there with you helping you get through each day, making each day the very best that it can be. I hope there's nothing weighing on your mind or on your heart, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and prayers every single day. And with all of that said, stick around after I blow you my kiss, because I'm going to do one more video of these lanterns in their places on their tables. I'm not going to show you too much more than just the tables though, because we are doing our home tour, and I want something to be a little bit of a surprise for you guys. Do stay tuned for one more little video at the end here. And remember, in crafting, there are no mistakes, only unique creations. With all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Stick around, they'll be right back with one more video. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, I'm back for just a second. I decided that I wanted to go ahead and put fairy lights around both of my lanterns and weave it up into the funky bow swags too. So these are my fairy lights. I'll give you a link in the description. As you can see, there are all kinds of different settings that you can choose. I've chosen sequential, which just makes it look like it's kind of wavy and moving. And I'm gonna go ahead and do one for you, and then I'm gonna do the dining room in quicker motion. But I just snug the box, the battery box. It takes 3 AA batteries, and you can put them on a timer, and they come with a remote. So they'll come on about the same time that the lights, the candle comes on. And I just snug that battery pack right where I know I can find it. And it kind of disappears in all of the decor there. And then I just simply wrap them around the lantern. I don't really worry about hiding the cord too much because it's very thin and it kind of disappears. And even if it doesn't, that's okay. It doesn't bother me that much. I'm gonna go around one more time, lower, I think. And then I'm gonna bring it up right so it's catching the cord over here. Then I'm going to bring it up and take it up and into the funky bow. Bring it right there and back up, and then just kind of bring it right up and put it through the tails and up and in and through all of the when you step back from this, you can't see the cords, and you can even kind of scooch them in and among all of the leaves and so on. But it just gives it such a pretty little touch. Just warms it up even more, as if it wasn't warm enough. But that's about it, you guys. I love it
So let me take the phone off and show you a little closer up. There we go. Get back from it just a little bit. It just gives it a little, that little something extra, you know? Okay, I'm gonna go in the dining room and put it around that one too. And there's my kitchen table lantern. I'm going to take some pictures of them for you in different lights and put those at the end of the video here. And of course, if you don't like the lights going on in a sequential format there, you can always switch them to a different mode simply by either pressing a button or finding a remote. Let me see if I can find a remote and we'll switch them to a different mode. That's a little bit much too, isn't it? Let me see. I kind of like that one. It's like if you want anything moving, but you can just put it on steady on, which is what I normally have, to be honest with you. Have them set on. So there we go. There's this one. And then let me walk in here to the dining room. And then here's this one. Like I said, I'll take you some pictures of, there we go, of the whole look and different lights. There we go. It's so pretty. It's such a rainy, dank day out today, you guys. But there we go. Again, things will be cleaner and nicer when I get to my home door. But that's the whole look on the table there, the dining room. And then here's the kitchen. You can imagine what it looks like at night. Excuse the mess in the background there. But there we go. Looks so pretty. Alrighty, you guys. That'll do it. I've already said my final words, so let me just say here once again. Remember, in crafting, there are no mistakes, only unique creations. Until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.